Okay, after I tried to hang myself, I remember waking up in this green room with 4 walls. Nothing else. I actually didn't have anything on. And I was in these 4 walls, and the room would go up like and down like an elevator, if you know what I mean. And I was in hell, then I was up in heaven, then I was here. I kept shifting back and forth between different places. Up, down, here, up, down, here. At the end of that, I was told by Mom to come back and share the message with everybody about life. That was the wake-up point to get me to realize what life is, what's meaningful. I need to do something with this, to share it with somebody. At the end of that, I saw my mom, who had been dead, since 2003 or something like that. Go back and share this with the people. Share this with the world. I was like, how am I supposed to do that? But
Dancing.
Which is the way I choose. Hello, welcome to the Dance of Life Dance Studio. And this is it. Okay. So that's my collection of dances. Last count, I think it's 420 or 520 something. I like that one. I already showed you this one. I don't know if that's... I think the battery went bad in that thing or something. There's some more.
So who are in these pictures?
Which picture? Oh, that's just random dancers I picked up and I thought they were good. That's Diana there.
So
Just random dancers that I liked.
is that Diana as well?
That's me right there. That's Diana, yes.
So who is Diana?
Well, that's a fight we had for many years. Mom didn't want me to have her, didn't want me to go around her, and that fueled many arguments over the years. She just didn't want me to grow up, didn't want me to do anything, didn't want me to have a relationship with her, and it just, all the time, all the time the fight was about that. That was white up there, I painted it pink. I wasn't really done either, but I'm going to do that one too. Dad brought me that when I was like 20 years old, right there. And I used to sit one over, and that's where I used to come. I used to come over there. Then I used to go back all the way back to, I used to live in Millstone. Then I would come there, and at 5 o'clock in the morning I'd go back home, sleep there, then come back here.
Why did you have two different places?
I wanted to be out on my own when I was like 19, 20 years old. I used to live with Mom and Dad in that house right there. They were so overprotective it wasn't even funny. So I'm surprised my dad bought that on his retirement money.
Is your name Susan Stone?
Yes, the Dance of Life Dancers, some people call me.
What's your birth name?
Oh, I don't talk about that. I don't talk about that time because it was another portion, that was a downtime in my life. Sort of like that person shouldn't have been. Let me explain it this way. This is how I always felt that I am. You know, I felt like I was a person in the wrong body. Do you know what I mean? And this is what I'm supposed to be. And this is when I inspired myself. This is when I started doing stuff. The other person's like death, you know? Like nothing. Like I was reborn into this. You know what I mean? This is what I'm supposed to be. So I don't talk about that other person. That other person would never have done what I did. I look at it as two different people. I look at me, this, you know, this is, I have the ability to do things. You know, I can make decisions, I can, you know, take over and do this. You know what I mean, what I do. The other person was shy and in a corner and didn't want to do anything, and to me was a miserable existence of a person.
What do people say about you?
Oh man, that would take more than you got on that camera to talk about. I mean, that got me a living legend. They say stuff about my mom and dad, you know what I mean? We used to fight back and forth, you know what I mean, all the time. They're saying stuff about my mom and dad which they would turn upside down if they heard. You know what I mean? The actual truth about them, you know, they gotta look like they're absolutely beautiful people, and I hated them, and I mistreated them, and I abused them and all that, which none of it was true. It was the other way around. When they were Christians, they were, you know, Bible and all that stuff, you know what I mean? But when they was in this house, they did stuff to me. They yelled at me, they screamed, they wouldn't let me have my friends, and you know what I mean?
What was the worst that your parents did to you?
Didn't let me grow up. My dad wanted to actually be involved with me, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
He wanted to, you know, be involved with my life, do things with me, you know what I mean? Disgusting stuff, you know? He wanted a relationship with me. I said, we're not going there. My mom didn't even know about this.
So you never contacted anyone about it?
Why would I? I didn't know anything about that stuff then. There was so much stuff going on. There was so much nightmares going on back then that I tried to kill myself like 12 times. My dad wanted a girl, not a boy.
Do you think he was disappointed in you?
I don't know. All I know is he followed me around to the end of the world. Literally.
So when did your father pass?
April the 22nd, 1992. I remember he had a heart attack that day.
Was he at this house?
Yes, right there. He actually walked around and sat in that chair over there. I wasn't here the day that it happened. But that's what Mom told me. And that was it. That's the story she gave me. I don't know if it is or is not true. I can't substantiate that.
How did you feel when your father passed?
Lost and relieved at the same time. Lost because I kind of pictured us like, I don't know, the Three Musketeers together forever, you know? Relieved because he wouldn't follow me around anymore. I affiliate with myself with just a regular female, you know? I mean, sometimes I'll say transgender, sometimes I'll say regular female. I don't see myself any different than any, you know, other female sitting over there. That is me, that is who I am, and I knew that when I was probably 5 years old. It's like you're stuck in the wrong body. To picture it like this, if you were to wake up someday, you are female, but you know who you are. That's what it's like. And no, that's not a choice. I didn't just decide to sit there and get up someday and, hey, I would like to do this, you know what I mean? And I would like to change who I am. It didn't work that way. This is my mom, Elizabeth D. Stone. This is my dad, Leroy R. Stone. And the one thing that I want to tell you, and you, is that I am not the other person. This is who I am, Susan Stone. This is who I always have been, ever since I was 6 years old. And I finally want to tell you that, and the world, and everybody else out there, and you, that this is me, not the other person. This is who I really am, and wish I could have told you 20-something years ago. I get upset, you know, and yes, it does bother me when somebody says something, but a lot of people do not understand why it bothers me. Number one, you know, Why it bothers me is because they're not getting to know me as I, they're judging me by something else. They're missing out, you know what I mean? They're missing out on who I really am. They're missing out on a lot. They're judging me on what somebody else says or what's in the media or whatever. And yeah, that does bother me.
So what do you do to try and fix those things?
Can you fix something like that? Other than getting into a scuffle with them, which I don't know, doing that's never really solved anything.
Do you think that your dances might try and do that?
I don't think a lot of people understand my dances. I think a lot of people think I'm up there, and I'm just, you know what I mean? I don't think they understand that there's a message to it. Because I've heard that a lot. People don't understand there's a message to what I'm doing. I'm not just going up there and bobbing around. There's a message to every single move I make. A lot of people don't understand that. I tell a story with every single thing it is I do. I don't know, whatever your age you are now, you know what I mean? But one day, and each one of us are going to face this, they're going to open up someday, some December day, looking at a wall, it's going to be old, and it's going to be too late. Once you reach that point, there ain't nothing in the world that's ever going to change that. You know how I learned that? I lost my mom. I thought doing this and that was going to change that, but it didn't. There ain't nothing I done changed the fact I lost my mom. Once that day comes, there's no going back, there's no rerunning, there's no anything. That's it. You open up, you look and say, my God, I missed my life. I wish I could go back again. I heard my mom say it every single day for 10 years. Every day for 10 years. I wish I could go back and do it again. And what do you think that done to me? This is me the way I used to be before the change. This is me when I went to grade school. This is me who actually, I was not this person. That's one of my pictures right there. That's me, and I cannot tell you what age I was then. 8, 9, something like that, 10 maybe. I don't know my age right there, but that's another picture of me. This is the picture of me you see I was playing and everything. That's when my mom used to dress me. My mom dressed me this way, not me. This wasn't what I wanted.
So that was when you were dating?
This was Mom. This was the person that I don't even like to think about no more.
David?
Yeah. That's a map. You know what? This is the last one. This, I don't know how old. I think I was in my teens then. This was the way my mom dressed me. That absolutely was not me. I was never happy as this person. Never happy as this person.
Do you feel as though you're happier as the person you are now?
Yes. This person here, let me tell you about that. This person here took anybody's anything, you know what I mean? It didn't matter what they did, it didn't matter anything, you know what I mean? And I was like frozen in I don't know what it was. And that's not the way I am now. Susan, as me, as I really am, I take charge more, you know what I mean? I don't sit there and let everybody walk all over me like they used to when I was this person. It's just like I blossomed into another, like I was reborn into another person. This person is dead. This is not that person. I was miserable as that person. Even though a lot of people want to sit out there and they still want to refer to me as this. This is not me. This is not me. This is me. I didn't just decide to, just wake up, and be who I am, like this. Oh, I'm going to go make Herb or this person or that person. I'm going to, go on Sunday, wake up and I'm Susan one day. That didn't happen. Been this way ever since I was, I could remember. When my mom and dad used to leave, I would dress up. Not this elaborate, but I would. And that's when Susan began. Not at all. I didn't wake up someday and decide to make a choice. Oh, I'm going to be Susan today, and that's who I'm going to be forever. It didn't happen that way. This happened. I knew this from the beginning. I feel like I don't belong here. I feel like I'm out of my time or something. Like people do not understand me at all, and they don't want to sit down and get to understand me. All they want to believe is rumors, which rumors ain't me. That's not me at all. And I feel like there's nobody I can go to for anything. That's how I feel.
Who do you go to when you need something?
Who do I go to? I don't have anyone to go to. Me, I mean, I don't know where to go.
So, do you have any family in the area?
No. My mom has a big family, but they don't want nothing to do with me.
Have they said that?
Yes. In more ways than one. Actually, the first place would have been St. Clair County Jail.
How was your treatment there?
Rotten. Same as before. I mean, they kept me, the whole time they kept me in that suicide home. The whole time I stayed in that suicide home. But what they did to me in there, they accused me of being this and that, and a freak and a murderer and all that other stuff.
What were they accusing you of? Why did you go to that St. Clair County jail?
That, there was 3 different times. And second, third time, I did nothing. I went to, ever heard of the Oktoberfest? I went to the Oktoberfest, and I was on that probation or parole, what do you call that? The parole agents came in this house, searched 3 hours, couldn't find nothing, so they stuck stuff in this house in order to get me to violate me, to put me back in jail. They came in this house, tore everything up, everything else, every place. And then when they couldn't find anything, they come up with, they come up with stuff that I never even heard of, I never even seen.
Like?
And, huh?
For example?
They come up with dirty pictures, if you know what I mean. And then they violate me that way. What the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's good. Okay, well, I started at Menard, and basically they tortured me, tormented me, and every single thing you could think of. They put me in a single cell room where everybody told me that I should kill myself, I shouldn't be here, and basically tortured the hell out of me. Then I went to Dixon, which that wasn't any better, and I went to Big Muddy, where I got raped, not by the inmates, by the guard, and it did a number to me. I don't know how to deal with it.
What was your experience like there?
The same. It was all nightmare. I mean, they put me with somebody there. That really didn't work. I mean, because I got abused by them now.
Who was that person?
I don't remember their names. There was 3 or 4 different ones. Because I kept winding up trying to kill myself. I kept winding up most of the time I spent in a suicide home.
Did you do that to get away from other people?
I did. All you do is you tell them you're going to kill yourself, they'll put you in a suicide room, they'll isolate you away from everybody.
Did you feel safe when you were alone?
Not really. I mean, I'm safer than with them, but was I going to survive the experience? I don't know. There's only one thing that made me survive that experience. Would you like to know what that is? My belief, my understanding of the dance of life theory is what helped me through the whole thing. Life is precious. You don't destroy life. The meaning of life, don't destroy it. You know what I mean? I hung on to that enough where it got me through. But at the end, even I almost lost that. Do you know what I mean? I almost lost that. Because at the end, I was cracking my head on the wall and everything else. Because they were telling me I was never going to get out. They raped me. They raped me twice. As in Big Muddy. Now, I'm the one that got punished for it. He never got anything for it. I'm the one that lives with it every single day. I'm the one that wakes up screaming in the middle of the night with it.
So of your prison experience, do you think that was probably the most positive thing, was you keeping your spirits?
I kept my spirits in an unusual way. I danced there, you know what I mean? I didn't dance there for them, you know what I mean? I did it for me. And I had a lot of problems with them, wanting me to do that, Because they didn't want me to do that stuff. I need to do this for me. I'm not doing it for me and Joe over there, watching what I'm doing. I'm doing it because I need to.
I know you can feel it too. We will make it.